Hello and welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 25 with me, Daddy Jokey. We are quite literally picking up right where we left off. I'm post-production Daddy Jokey here. I actually somehow don't have the preceding episode to this one. I don't know what happened, if I turned on the recording and then accidentally turned it right back off, or if I just forgot to turn the recording altogether. But I just don't have the previous episode where we did the beginning of this project of cutting down all the trees and clearing out the downy service berries. And I think we also sold flour at the beginning of that and repaid the loan. So kind of a lot of things have happened, and I have no record of it. So my bad. But now let's get back to the current episode. That one you no doubt are aware. And so the plan currently is the same as it has been before, which is we're gonna hook up the winch to some of these smaller trees and we're gonna drag them over to the sawmill where Noah is happily cranking away at the downy service berries we dropped off there in the previous episode. It was an episode full of ridiculous sort of displays of vehicle loadings. Now let's see if I can remember how this works. So R to pull the winch rope and B to attach to the tree. Okay, that should do, and we will hoist it out. It would probably be a lot easier to carry if we weren't snowed in. But I do love, look at this, I do love the new sort of snow mechanics. Like, this is nice. This is nice. Only other thing I do kind of wish is it got dirty. But, you know, let's not bellyache about little details. So yeah, so let's grab... Oh, hello. Why is it driving sideways? First of all, it looks like we also have a little bit of a thing over here still. Bam, did that do both of them? Yes, it did. Okay, next one I want to grab is this one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drive up a little further this way, and I am definitely hoping for this episode to be a smidgen shorter than the previous one. Attach another tree. Yep. Oh, we're attaching them together. Dookie. Okay, well. Detach tree from winch. Bam. Then grab the rope. And we shouldn't reach the maximum length because this is not that bad. Attach it to the tree and then we'll just winch it closer to here. So control winch. Control K. Yep, that's pulling it here. We will definitely run into the fence, but it's an indestructible fence, so we'll be alright. There, and then we can just go right ahead and attach another tree. Attach that boy right there. Is there anything else we can just drag with us to where we're going? I think the maximum is 3, so if we cut this in half, we probably would just leave one behind. So we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to go ahead and drive this to where we're going, if we have the power. And looks like we still have another chunk of a branch trailing behind us. So go ahead and clear that off as well. What is happening? Which tree is this? You know, actually, it doesn't matter because we're not selling the wood. We're turning it into planks. And so it shouldn't actually affect our yield, I don't think. Realistically speaking, it shouldn't. This game has never been all that, whoa, crap, real. Let's actually pull the winch a little closer so that it bucks up against the skid plate over there. Alright, Noah, I'm coming in. Yeah, that seems normal, right? No worries, everybody on the road. This is deliberate and perfectly safe. Especially when it swings right in front of your car as you're going down the road. Yeah, maybe let's pull it up even tighter so that it stops wiggling so much. Yeah, it is definitely wouldn't be road legal. Not in the slightest. We would have to close the road to drag it like this, and they wouldn't allow us to do that. So, yeah. I mean, but this is Farming Simulator, so what do you want from it, right? The drivers here are lunatics anyway, so... Surprisingly, none of them drive the kind of cars that you would expect to see in an area like this. There are definitely not enough extremely lifted pickup trucks and banged up 1990s Jeep Cherokees. By which I'm not saying that people who live in small towns drive crappy cars, but let's face it, if you have the ability to off-road, you're not going to do it in your 2024, you know, brand new vehicle. Contrary to what they make you believe in the vehicle ads. You're just not, because that would be insane. Well, maybe some people will, but then, you know, I don't know. I've seen a lot more older Jeeps that you can tinker with than all of that new overlanding stuff for your Toyota Tacoma. Are we taking down all the street signs? We are. Yeah, down with street signs. Stick it to the man. we got taken over by the post van. Take it easy, guy. I know you have places to be. Alrighty. Authorized vehicles and personnel only. We're authorized. Watch us. Okay. That flipped around exactly the wrong way. Let's hope it sells. And by sells, I mean gets delivered. Bam. It did. Beautiful. Where are we at? 4,600 liters. Bam. That's, I think, at least 2 days worth of production for this place. So we are all set to go. I will drive back to the farm and we'll start figuring out how to load the rest of it. Alright, we're back on the farm and right, so what to do? Honestly, the first thing that's the easiest to deal with is going to be this lodgepole pine. We can just... And you know what, actually? This is what I'm going to do. And we probably don't need the winch anymore. Maybe. I will keep it because we might need to drag those big chunks someplace else so that we can build. But I think the easiest thing to do will be to go ahead and cut this into chunks that can fit in our trailer. So, yeah, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and get the trailer sort of measured. I don't really know how I'm gonna do that. I think because the lumberjack doesn't, or whatever lumberjack mod doesn't allow me to just measure anything. There is a mod that does allow you to do that, but so about there is a meter. 2, 3, 4, so 5 meters. Yeah. I think the easiest way would be if we had another tractor. We could just drag the trailer over there without detaching everything from our John Deere, and then we can just cut it into lengths that actually fit on there. Yeah. And again, it is not a logging trailer, right? So it's kind of one of those things. Let's get the chainsaw out and let's see. So we need to have the menu open, and that'll tell us the length on both sides of the chainsaw. So we want to have 5 meter chunks. 1, 2, And it should work out perfectly. We should have 4 5-meter chunks. Okay, we won't. We will have one 6.6-meter chunk. Well, I think if we cut that one off, it'll just vanish. So we can cut it down and have... Yep, bam. That just disappeared. And so now we have 4 5-meter bits. So let's see if that's actually enough. Ugh, there. Let's see if that's enough by bringing the trailer over here and getting it all hooked up. I guess I should have planned this a little bit more. Let's actually keep the beacons on. I don't know why we would, because this is our farm and nobody should be walking around here. But we are doing logging and it is dangerous work. Maybe it's a warning for Walter. Like, stay out, dude. We're doing logging. There we go. I do love the tracks, though. I do love the snowy tracks. They just look so good. And I did spend all this, look at this, we backed up all kinds of ways over here to get the trailer back under cover. And now we're just like, yeah, let's actually take it back out. Proper prior planning prevents poor performance. Which, if you've learned anything else, I never do in Farming Simulator. I'm always sort of winging it. But it is not entirely true, because I did spend December 1 trying to figure out what to do. Both in terms of like content and in terms of what to actually do. So, unhook the trailer, and I will try to do it without a weight in the back. I don't know to what extent that'll actually work, but let's try. I mean, this little bit at the end, that's definitely going to work. It's not too heavy. I think we could actually probably pick that up by hand now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, let's do it. If it'll allow us, let's do it. And this will actually let me measure if 5 meters is good. And 5 meters looks to be pretty dang spot on. Let's climb up there, see if it can like fit all the way in. Yeah, look at that. I mean, we have 2 feet to spare. So I think that was a... Okay, well, it says we can lift this, but we couldn't. We honestly couldn't. That is too big of a chunk of wood. If we could drag it, we definitely couldn't lift it. So let's not, and just employ this device that we rented out. Let's hope it works better than the bloody shovel did on the carrots. As you can see, the answer is no, it really doesn't. We have to sort of come up from above. And just scoop it up, like so. So, as you can see, this is going to be quite a forever taking job. There. I mean, yeah. Got above this is going to take a long time. But luckily, it is light enough that our tractor doesn't need a weight just yet. And we have taken off the extra extension so that we don't have to be super careful about hoisting it over. And I'm definitely going to do this in a time lapse, even if it's a short one, because otherwise we'll be here for hours and hours, and ain't nobody got time for that. Right, let's give it a push, make it fall in. Go get the next one. And yeah, so we can deal with these smaller ones, like these 3 that are sitting right over here. We're going to be able to deal with those pretty easily by just cutting off the small branches and loading those up by hand after we load all of the big boys. This would definitely be easier to do with a vehicle that is articulated, because we wouldn't have to navigate this tight space by just backing up all the time. So open the claw, hoist it, close the claw. I'm actually gonna go ahead and chop off this bit just for the sake of it looking neat and nothing sticking out of there like on our first trip. So yeah, here we go. Can we aim it better than the first one? Oh, what is this magically stuck to our fork now? Honestly, the logging physics in this game, they need a little bit of tender loving care from the developers. They will tell you that it works as intended unless it is extremely buggy, and that you're the problem, not them. Not specifically giants either. This is kind of a thing in game development where a lot of blame gets deflected on the player. Okay. Let's hope we don't just like bust our tractor on a branch sticking out somewhere. Yep, that's totally normal. Don't worry about that. Just don't even look at it. Bam. And I think this is definitely going to go a little bit smoother than previously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the tractor for now. Beacons and all. I'm going to go cut off all of these little branches and then time-lapse load it up using the tractor, and I'll see you then. Okay, final load of wood out of this whole batch. Yeah, again, a lot of work lifting the wood with the log grab. It is just very unresponsive, very unwieldy, difficult to actually get a good grip on, and so I don't like doing it. I really don't. I actually found it much easier to just drag it behind the winch, despite the fact that that was extremely unsafe and unrealistic to be dragging along main county roads like this. But that's all that done, and we can focus on building stuff up in the future episodes. Yeah, so I thank you so much for watching, if you stuck through the time lapse of all this wood making, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.